Hello and welcome back to Focus Atlanta. Thanks so much for continuing to watch. We're going to close out the show talking a little about your finances, your savings. In fact, I'm here with Chris Starr.
Hello, it's great to be here.
Thanks for making time for us here in Atlanta. Savings is one of those things that we all feel like we all know that we need to be doing it, but we're not actually, picking up the tips and doing things the best that we can. Do you have any tips for us?
Well, I think it's really about getting started. Taking stock of where your money is going every single month is a really important first step in just understanding how you're spending your money. And then from there, it's really about building a small plan to start of where can you make some adjustments, whether that is subscriptions or how you're budgeting your food expenses, and really creating those small achievable steps that can lead to much bigger outcomes down the road. Even in my own life, when I take a look at where my money's going, I always find a little bit of opportunity here and there that you can save a little bit of money that can really add up over a period of time.
The other thing we don't always consider when we're making these decisions is how it affects our credit score. How, in the long term, our credit score is being affected by the decisions that we make every single day.
Yeah, I know for a lot of Americans, managing their credit score is a really important point. And a couple of things that I would say is one, understand your makeup of all of your debt. Where do you have debt? Make sure that you are focusing on those payments and when they are due, making sure that you pay your debt on time. And where you can open up a little bit of space in your budget and you have a little bit of extra money throughout the month, putting a little bit more to paying down some of those balances can go a really, really long way at improving your credit score over time.
Okay, that's very helpful. I've got to say, I am a cash girl, like I kind of always have been. And then post pandemic, people stopped using cash. And then I found out I was whipping my credit card out every time I had to go somewhere, do something. Can we talk a little bit about the credit card use and how that can be kind of a pitfall as well?
Yeah, I think it's important to note, there are a lot of really great credit cards out in the marketplace that offer great benefits for many consumers, whether that's cash back or airline miles or different travel benefits. And your credit card also offers real security for you as a consumer. A lot of your purchases are protected from fraud or unauthorized use. And so a credit card is a really great way to take advantage of a lot of benefits that many financial institutions offer you. And so it really is an individual decision of whether you use your credit card, cash, a debit card. But the credit cards do offer some really, really great benefits that consumers can take advantage of.
To your point, as we're choosing credit cards to use, should maybe those benefits and those things that they do extra to kind of encourage you to use their credit card as opposed to somebody else's, should maybe that be those incentives, should maybe that be something that we're considering as well as we're thinking about how we can save better and how we can spend our money a little wiser?
Yeah, there's a lot of, it's going to come down to each individual situation, but there's a lot of different credit cards. Some offer cash back for everyday purchases. Wells Fargo has a great offer, active cash, where you can get 2% back on any single purchase. And so consumers can really get some real benefit as they use their card for everyday purchases. There's cards out there that as you spend with dining or on travel, you can get certain cash back or other rewards. So there's a lot of great opportunities. It really depends on what are you buying, what is your lifestyle, and what sort of fits what you're looking for.
Chris, thanks so much for coming on the show and making it seem doable. Sometimes we look at we look at these things and they seem completely insurmountable, like we can't get over this hump. But thank you for giving us small ways, little ways that we can make an impact every single day. It was good to meet you.
You too. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Chris says we can do this, so we can do this. All it takes is a little bit of knowledge, right? A little bit of knowledge and maybe a little bit of planning in terms of when you're purchasing things, or how you're purchasing things, whether you're going to use cash or a credit card, what you're going to do with those big purchases. And maybe it's okay to use the credit card because you're going to get some bonuses on the back end. All of those things matter. Please take the opportunity to, take a step back and look and see ways that you can save a little bit better. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to this week's episode of Focus Atlanta. I hope to see you next Sunday here on CBS Atlanta.